Did you know that the secret to a powerful, irresistible real estate brand is relevancy? That's right. If you can make yourself more relevant to a prospect, you will have way more committed clients and win so many more deals over your competition, regardless of most other factors that you might think are holding you back. So in this video, I'm going to walk through exactly how to nail down that really important factor for an irresistible brand in 2021. And hey, if we haven't met yet, my name is Stefanie Lugo and welcome to my channel. I am obsessed with helping real estate agents create a business and a life that they dream of. And if you're into that kind of thing too, be sure to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon to be notified every time I'm dropping new videos just like this. So do you ever look around at other agents and wonder, like, what are they doing to crush it? Well, in the Market Authority Academy, where I'm mentoring agents from around the country and beyond, even brand new agents like Jenny Selly, who closed 19 deals in 6 months, and the Gilligans, who got 6 new clients in the same amount of time in a brand new market, the things that they're doing to really create these incredible results is tapping into the superpower of relevancy. Relevancy is like the nitro that you put into your brand to make it irresistible for the right audiences. So I'm going to share this really simple hack so that you can implement this in your own business to see results as well. So first, I'm going to share what you might be doing now that is getting in the way of being relevant. And this is what I like to call being the real estate agent for everybody. Now, of course, you will serve whoever you really want to serve, right? You're going to be able to help a lot of different kinds of buyers and sellers, maybe investors, different types of needs in your real estate community. But when it comes to actually niching down your brand, you really do have to identify your ideal client, right? Now, a lot of real estate agents, again, they go to the flip side and they try to be the real estate agent for everybody, and they forget that really important part of niching down their audience, because they either A, don't realize it's important, or B, they're really afraid of saying no to other opportunities. So it's a fear mindset. It's a mindset of lack. They're afraid of missing out on other possible clients that they really want to have. But here's the thing, when you are the agent for everybody, you are the real estate agent for nobody, right? Like, nobody has a really compelling reason to hire you over your competition because you are lacking what? Relevancy to that prospect. So here's what we're gonna do instead. Number one, you've gotta identify your target market. And I know that I've mentioned this on other videos in the past, but it's so important that it deserves to be mentioned again. This is one of the very first things that my agents are doing in the Market Authority Academy, and we're getting crystal clear on exactly what that audience needs to look like. Now, if we need a quick refresher, I'll take just a moment to explain. Your ideal client is, like, in an ideal world, the type of clients that you want to be working with, or the neighborhood that you want to be working in and specializing. Think about the kind of homes that you're looking to sell and which types of clients are transacting those types of homes. What's interesting about this work is that this actually occurs in every industry except for real estate, right? Like, for some reason, when it comes to real estate, this is totally glossed over, but this is a core part of having really compelling marketing for any business in any industry, which is why this is something that I speak about so often. After you have identified your ideal client or your target audience, we have to do some research. Okay, so what I'd love you to do is, once you've detailed that persona or that avatar, go ahead and look to your network. So maybe look at your past clients who kind of fit that mold. Look at your friends and family who you would love to do business with someday. And you need to start doing some research. And the best way to do this is to interview them. There's a couple of ways that you can approach this. Number one, you can simply pick up the phone. Or what might be easier is sending over a quick email and then following up with a quick text and saying, hey, friend, family, past client, hope it's all been good. I'm doing some work on my business and I shot over a quick email that should only take you about 5 minutes. Just really wanted to pick your brain about a couple of questions I have about my real estate business. Would really appreciate your help. And what we're trying to accomplish here is just gathering some preliminary information. And what you want to see for your friends and family and your past clients, choose the ones who you think are going to be pretty honest, but also very forthcoming with valuable details about the questions that you're about to ask. And the questions that you're going to want to ask is going to include, but is not limited to, the following. Number one, you want to know what they perceive are your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, this is something that my agents in the Market Authority Academy are like really cheesed out to do for some reason, which I get it. Kind of asking for vulnerable feedback like that can be scary, but this is actually really important because what you think are your superpowers and what others who've interacted with you think are your superpowers might be different. And you really want to understand what that actually looks like in the eyes of who you may be working with, because you're going to be able to cultivate those skills into the solutions for the problems that you're trying to solve for your ideal clients. So you want to get really into the nitty-gritty there. The second question you're going to ask them is, tell me about your recent real estate transaction, whether it was with you like as a past client or maybe not with you if it's a friend or family who transacted a while ago. And you want to know what they either really loved about the transaction and working with that real estate agent or you, and what they did not love so much about the process. And this is where you really want to dig. So maybe even think of some follow-up questions to get even more detail here. And number three, one thing that you may want to ask is something along the lines of, and how do you feel about the real estate market today and or home ownership today? So what are your thoughts about the market? And how do you feel about the idea of home ownership in terms of building your wealth or whatever you think is important to your ideal clients? You want to really get an understanding of where their mind is at in terms of how they perceive the industry, because that's going to give you a lot of language that we can actually bake into our marketing later. Now, after you've sent those feedback requests, hopefully in an email, for the ones who get back to you with some really great content, some great feedback, you're going to pick up the phone. It's going to be scary, but you're going to do it and you're going to give them a call. And you're going to thank them for taking the time and being so generous with their thoughts. And then you're going to ask if you can ask just a few more probing questions about what they shared. And I want you to really get to the root of what it is they're sharing with you here. So if they say something that's a little vague, say, yeah, thank you so much for telling me that you loved this real estate transaction with me. If it was something like that with a past client, can you tell me particularly what about the transaction did I do that really made you feel happy or secure or excited about the idea of buying your first home? You're going to take notes. You're going to record these calls if you can, if you're able to do that. And you're really going to, again, gather as much detail in their words. We're taking their language in these conversations so that, again, we can bake this into our marketing messages later. And finally, once we have all of this data, I want you to open up a spreadsheet and start putting this all into your spreadsheet so that you can keep all of this on file. You're going to want to have your specific responses that you've received, the identifying skills that people said that they really admired of you, maybe some weaknesses that you can work on, how they feel about the market or past real estate transactions that they've been a part of. And you want to gather as much of that detail as you can, put that into a spreadsheet, and you want to add to that for the rest of the life of your business. Here's what I mean. This is exactly how I come up with some of my most profitable content for my business. I am identifying the problems and desires and needs and fears and goals that my clients and friends and family share with me about real estate. And I'm trying to figure out how I can speak to that desire, want, or need of theirs and show them on social media not only that I understand that that's important to them, but that I can help them either avoid the discomfort or achieve the success that they're looking for through my skills that I have been told people really appreciate and are relevant to them. You see how this works? Now, coming up with this spreadsheet, this data bank, full of information, you'll be able to go to anytime you are lacking inspiration or motivation to post to social media and come up with a really relevant social media piece that is going to speak to people, whether they have just started following you on Instagram or maybe if they've followed you for a while, it's going to really speak to them and let them know that you really do understand what's so important to them and that your solution is relevant to their unique needs. What's more important to that as well is when you are at the table speaking with these potential clients, you're going to have the language that is going to be relevant to them. Like, you're going to be using keywords that they are thinking because you've done so much research on this target audience. You're going to know exactly how they think and feel about the market. So you're going to be so prepared for any objections they come to you with, or anything that might be holding them back from pulling the trigger with working with you. Pretty simple, right? Like, yes, there's a couple of steps involved here, and yes, it is going to require you to do a little bit of work, maybe get a little bit vulnerable and ask some tough questions, but this is some of the most valuable time that you can spend working on your business. And the more research you do here, the more relevant your brand is going to be, and the more supercharged your marketing is going to be to attract incredible clients into your business who are going to be so committed to you regardless of your experience level, because they understand that only you are the best fit for their unique problems. Pretty interesting stuff, right? If there were any aha moments, like if this totally blew your mind, go ahead and leave me a comment below so that we can talk about it. I want to hear what really stuck out to you. And more importantly, I want you to commit to me right now that you're going to do this in the next week. I want to challenge you to try this activity and see how it impacts your business. So leave me a comment and say, I'm in, if you are going to tackle this challenge for your business, and I will be rooting you on there. Then once you have all of that data, I want to invite you to ask me about the Market Authority Academy, because if you are the agent who's going to go through these links to do this work to improve your business, then I want to work with you. Book a time to chat with me where we'll discuss where you're at and where you want to be, and then we'll decide together if working together is a good fit. Strategies like these have tripled and even quadrupled the businesses of real estate agents across the country and beyond, just like you, and you could be next. Thanks so much for hanging out. Really hope that you enjoyed this content, and if you did, do me a solid, hit subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to hit that bell notification icon to be notified next week when I'm dropping new videos just like this. Thanks so much for tuning in, and until next time, keep on crushing it.